the Uranium One thing, that's a very interesting investigation, and I hope and pray that something is brought out of that, because that's a serious story. Of course, that doesn't get any media play either. And that's why alternative media is so important, to be able to get the truth, the skinny on what the heck is really going on. It's become increasingly difficult for a lot of Americans to be able to just simply tune in to a news channel and just to get the news. And that's why I think the president really has coined fake news network. It really applies. It really epitomizes what's going on out there. I mean, and who would better not to know, what's going on here than Donald Trump? Donald Trump fully understands. Kellyanne Conway, Mattis, Mad Dog, he doesn't like to be called that, but they call him Mad Dog. Everybody knows that the media spins it, the liberal media spins it to make them look bad. They never, ever, ever did that to Barack Obama. Never did takeout stories. Never. Not in one moment. So is there a media bias? Is there a bias in the media? Come on. Our listeners know this. Hey, listen, were you a big Cassidy fan? David Cassidy with the Partridge Family. I grew up with the Partridge Family, and it was kind of fun. He was a great singer. Teen icon for sure, but he was moved to ICU over the weekend at a Florida hospital. Yeah, the Partridge star. I'm talking, the singer. He's 67 years old, apparently needs a liver transplant. That's what's being reported this hour by TMZ. And he's listed in critical condition. And he's in ICU right now, fighting for his life, being taken care of as best as possible right now. Battled alcohol abuse throughout his life and singing career, and it ended up with a DWI arrest in 2010, 2013, and 2014, according to the Daily News. And then most recently was seen not able to remember lyrics on the stage, so believe that he has dementia. And so that's caused a big thing of concern. Right now, he's believing that he can get a liver. So I guess for the right amount of money, one can, but he pickled his liver from all the things that he put in him. It's demons that people wrestle with, and maybe some of you have the same problem. We wish him well. It's sad to see anybody suffering anything, and so we definitely wish David Cassidy well. He's definitely had better days, that's for sure. Mel Tillis. We definitely have to do some kind of tribute to Mel Tillis. Country star Mel Tillis died in Florida. I was driving to northern Florida over the weekend to wish Chuck Harder a 74th happy birthday. Turned 74 from Signature Health Nursing Home in Gainesville, Florida. You have to drive through Ocala, my way, at least going north from Tampa. But got the news that Mel Tillis had passed away from the regional medical center there in Ocala. And, man, what an amazing performer Mel Tillis is. So we'll definitely do something for Mel Tillis, for all you country fans out there. I like a little country music. I don't know about you. It seems like all the great ones are passing or have passed. And then we have, the lead guitarist of AC/DC. I don't know what it is, but it seems like it's in numbers. And then Charles Manson dies. I don't know. 2017 has definitely been a very tough year for losing a lot of celebrities. I would definitely want. I hate to think of Charlie Manson as a celebrity of sorts, but unfortunately, pop culture has got him there. Here's Charlie with Geraldo. Check this out.
Do you think I would still be here if I was guilty of anything? And look me in the eye. Look me straight away in the eye. Do I look like I'm guilty about anything?
You look more guilty than anyone I ever looked in the eye in my life.
Really? Yeah, you see what I'm saying? In other words, the guys you're trying to make me into is impossible. What you're doing is you're creating a legend, you're creating a beast, you're creating whatever you are judging yourselves with into the word Manson. And that's not me at all.
You're not a beast, Troy. You are a beast.
Well, that beast went to hell. And finally, long time coming, definitely no good thoughts for a man who did these. And, you know, the big thing was for Charles Manson, from just listening to the interviews and reading back in the transcripts, is that his hands were clean because he didn't do it himself. And so apparently he felt vindicated in his mind that he didn't do anything wrong, didn't break the law of any kind. If anybody, they did it, not me. Of course, he gave the orders. He brainwashed them. And I think Geraldo summed up Charles Manson that he was definitely Adolf Hitler and Jim Jones, because they apparently, whatever grandiose ideas or ideals that he was able to fill their heads with, they carried out these brutal attacks, and they were upper middle class teenagers back in the 60s. However, how in the hell he coerced them into doing this particular thing, I don't know. How did Jim Jones brainwash all those people to drink the cyanide? I mean, geez, and with the long fingernails and all that crap. I don't know. It's sick. It's twisted. And then who's the other sicko out in California? The Zodiac Killer. That was another big one out in California. California's had their share of sick ones out there, murderous tirades. But, you know, good riddance. I think that's another thing that Geraldo said, but I think most people say good riddance, Charles Manson, just a bad guy that did some horrible things, that terrorized, and supposedly because of what happened there in Los Angeles in the 60s, the private security business took off because of that. People were just freaked out so badly because of the murders that were just adding up. And so people had security guards at their houses protecting their families. Seems kind of eerie, but we have some psycho killer here in Tampa, where I do the broadcast from, that 4 bodies right now, and hopefully they find this guy. But still today, they have no idea where this individual might be. They have a sort of a bake on this guy, what he looks like, but they really don't have facial recognition. They have a race, they have a height, but they don't have a clear shot at this guy's face. So you got Seminole Heights, northern Tampa, paranoid and afraid to go outside, which is a shame. There's evil out there, folks. Be careful, that's for sure. Be careful, folks, driving. Let me remind you, please do not text when driving. It only takes a second and you lose your life. We'll talk more about that and more when we come back.
We'll help you survive this thing called life. We're for the people, for the people, for the people is there.
It's unlike anything you've ever been through in your life, man. I was driving. This kid threw a grenade at us and went right over our vehicle. It was 12 years old.
The shockwave went through my head, rattled up my brain, and left.
Danger is around you 360 degrees at all times, and you can't unlearn that.
It's impossible to describe the sacrifices these men and women have made to protect our freedoms. And the job of rebuilding their lives is massive and growing every day. Many will need the programs offered by the Wounded Warrior Project for years to come.
I didn't know what PTSD was. All I knew was I was having nightmares. And when I got released, my reintegration was go check in at the VA, man.
My first coping mechanism was use drugs. Just numb it. Don't feel anything.
I was angry. I'm trying to pull myself out of that right now.
Your gift today of $19 per month will honor and empower these veterans so they can aid and assist each other.
The Wounded Warrior Project is a life raft
I can say this without question that I wouldn't be here today if it weren't for it.
Women Wear Project is the first step, getting back out into the world and reforming yourself outside of the service.
Call or go online with a pledge of $19 a month. You'll receive this Wounded Warrior Project blanket, and your gift will provide critically needed programs that rebuild lives.
That was my first feeling of actually being a part of something bigger than myself again.
Well, I lost a few really close friends overseas, and if I quit, I'm going to let them down, and I'm not about to do that.
I'm learning to face my fears head on. To trust and see what happens at the end.
It's a long process, but I had the drive and desire.
Please, call or go online with your gift right now.
For the people is there.
Your American Heritage. Lord Cornwallis British troops dug the little earthen forts called redoubts in Yorktown, Virginia. But in the long haul, they offered little protection from America's allies, the French artillery. And on October 19th, 1781, for all intents and purposes, the war was over. Midst military pomp and proper protocol, the soldiers of the world's most powerful king surrendered to tattered rebels who had defied imperial power in the name of a new idea, liberty. This has been Don Keyes with a sketch of Yorktown, a sketch in red, white, and blue in Your American Heritage.
Keith Allen, celebrate your American heritage daily on this radio station Monday through Friday. It's called Your American Heritage, brought to you by For the People.
It's 6 a.m. 40 million Americans are waking up to a Gillette shave. And at our factory in Boston, 1,200 workers are starting their day building on over 100 years of heritage, craftsmanship, and innovation. Today, we're bringing you America's #1 shave at lower prices every day, putting money back in the pockets of millions of Americans. As one of those workers, I'm proud to bring you Gillette quality for less, because nobody can beat the men and women of Gillette. Gillette, the best a man can get.
Introducing the official For the People coffee mug, featuring the colorful red, white, and blue For the People logo with Keith Allen on a ceramic 11-ounce coffee mug, perfect for any hot beverage of your choice. This mug is a great reminder of what we stand for: God, country, and family, with conservative values and good old-fashioned common sense. To order your For the People coffee mug, pay just $20 plus $3.99 shipping and handling at forthepeopleshow.com. That's forthepeopleshow.com. And enjoy.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate online at carsforkids.com. That's cars with a K. Pickup is quick and easy. You'll get a vacation voucher and maximum tax deduction.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
With all the choices out there to enjoy some entertainment, wouldn't it just be nice to have something that didn't cost an arm or a leg? I found something that does just that. It's called 123 Ready TV. It's one of the most remarkable apps available to start watching all of those movies and TV shows for one incredible price, just $19.99. And that's a one-time only price. Recap: all your movies, current and classic, and sports and news, and so much more. So cut the cable and stop spending money at the movies when you can truly have it all at your fingertips. No commercials, just all the entertainment you desire. 123 Ready TV is available for Windows and all Android devices. Get your 123 Ready TV for just $19.99 at forthepeopleshow.com. That's forthepeopleshow.com. Just click on the store page to get yours now and start enjoying entertainment the way it was supposed to be. Fun. For the People continues on your radio from coast to coast, your daily infusion of common sense for a Monday. And that's perhaps more refreshing than this cup of coffee could ever be, just to have a little clarity. Texting and driving is where we left off before the break, and I have a confession to make. I hardly ever do this, and if I am texting, it's at a light or I'm not in the vehicle. But this morning, I was texting a client